Chamber Talk Radio. Solid news, solid advice, and solid solutions for chambers of commerce throughout the United States. Chamber Talk Radio is working with professionals and consultants from coast to coast to bring you valuable information and a unique perspective on how you can successfully build and manage your chamber. If you would like to become part of the Chamber Talk Radio Club, please visit www.chambertalkradio.com and click the Join the Club button right at the top. This broadcast is brought to you by the chamber industry, our hosts, and our show sponsors. Now, let's get started.
Welcome to Chamber Talk Radio. Chamber Talk Radio is brought to you by Chamber Nation and MembershipSalesSystem.com. My name is Sam Azzam, and I will be your host for today's show. Just about every chamber needs to have some type of retention program, and today we will look at some ways to get more out of your retention program. Our guest for today's show is Jill Lagan, CEO of the Boulder City Chamber of Commerce in Nevada. She is here to tell us about herself, and so welcome, Jill, and just start out with a little bit about your position at the Chamber and about yourself, and then we'll get into that ambassador program.
Hello, Sam. Thank you so much for having me on today. I really appreciate it. So I've been with the Chamber for 15 years. Actually came from the world of court reporting, but I own quite a few of my own businesses, and that has really helped me understand the dynamics of how to help small business owners in our community, and it's been a wonderful 15 years. I've truly enjoyed my time here. I was born and raised here in Boulder City, so I do understand the community very well. I have two beautiful girls and a wonderful husband who are very supportive, because as many know in the chamber world, it can get very stressful, and if you don't have support from home, it makes it that much harder to try to do good works for your community. So I'm grateful to have a good, strong family and to have the history of Boulder City. My family's all still here, and so being from Boulder City, raised here, having family been here and born here for so many years, it has really allowed me to understand the needs of my community. So happy to be with you today.
All right. Well, hey, I understand that you have a really successful program with ambassadors, and I was hoping that you could tell us a little bit about that and how that might tie in with retention and some of the other things that you might be doing in that area.
So it took me a long time to really embrace the ambassador program, mainly because I didn't have anything laid out. We did not have a best practices from other chambers. So when I first started, it really took me some time to kind of dissect how it worked and what the best way to implement it was. So we kind of floundered the first couple of years. However, we had some really passionate volunteers who wanted to make sure the chamber worked, and they loved going out to visit with the members and future members. And so as we put it together, we realized, okay, we've got a hole here, we've got a hole there. So we kind of patched up the boat and we made it work, and then that blossomed into a better understanding of retention overall. So the ambassadors are just one part of our touch point system. We want to make sure that once they come into the chamber, that not only have they been welcomed by our ambassador program and someone from the office management, but also from our membership director, so that they realize they've got multiple people that they can reach out to if they have questions or need assistance. And then one of the ambassadors is assigned to them, and it's called the Ambassador Buddy Program. So it allows a new member to have a buddy assigned to them for 6 months, and that buddy reaches out to them, lets them know about the different mixers, lets them know about different projects or programs that we are offering. Maybe it's a special event going on in town that they weren't aware of, trying to let them know if they're a restaurant, for say, and we have a big convention coming to town. We want to make sure that they're aware of that. So their buddy reaches out and says, hey, are you prepared with extra food? We've got this big event coming. And so it's just a matter of making sure that the new member realizes that they are important, that we value them. And so that ambassador program is perfect for that. Another facet of the ambassadors is the ABC calls. We literally go through our membership directory, and they're identified by last name. And a different ambassador is assigned to call a different letter each month. so that they reach out, talk to them, make sure that things are going well, that if they have any questions about their membership benefits or if they have any questions about something going on at the chamber or within the city, that we're able to answer those questions for them. A lot of times that's where we get our best feedback. It's kind of like a mini focus group. We're able to find out if a benefit's working, such as, oh yeah, the ribbon cutting was fabulous, that free ad really got me a lot of attention, or no, I'm really not taking advantage of that particular program. Maybe if it was like this, I would. So we get a lot of our personal one-on-one feedback from those. So the Ambassador Program has several different divisions. So we've got the ABC Call group. We have the Ambassador Buddies that are assigned to that new member for the first 6 months. And then we have our Welcome Wagon program, which is super successful. Not only is it a way for us to collect some non-dues revenue, but it's also a wonderful way for the citizens that are moving, residents that are moving into our community, for them to know that the chamber is there for them, to know where the chamber location is for their needs and the phone number, but then also they're given all the information of our chamber members. And you can pay a small one-time fee and then an annual fee to be part of the packet that goes into those homes. So we find out about new residents that move into the community. We have 2 ambassadors that make an appointment, go to that home, sit down with them, welcome them to Boulder, show them the content of the materials in the packet, talk about our different members that are part of that, talk about the events and the things that the chamber is involved with, and promote how wonderful it is to be part of this wonderful community. So that Welcome Wagon program has been highly successful, and some months there is so much stuff in that packet that the new residents almost overwhelmed, but they've always been so grateful for us taking the time to welcome them to town and tell them a little bit about what their new community is all about. And then the final part of the Ambassador Program is the one-on-ones. We set up a one-on-one appointment with each of our members at some point in time. It's usually done by sector or maybe even part of the geographic part of town. And the one-on-ones include a member of the chamber, a member of our economic development agency called the Boulder City Economic Vitality Commission, and the city manager, and at least one council person. We arrange those visits. We're in there for about 1 hour. We take up 1 hour of that business owner's time, but it allows them to have a panel of people that they can ask questions of, and it allows this panel to learn more about that member. And then if there are concerns or interests or anything that they would like to have somehow handled or managed or maybe resolved, or if they just want to bounce some great ideas off with the panel that's there, it's a wonderful opportunity to learn more about the business, and it's a great way for the business owner to feel like City Hall's touchable, that they can actually contact them, reach out to them, and that their voice is heard. So our Ambassador Program is pretty strong. It's just one segment of our retention plan for our Chamber of Commerce. However, it is really effective. And I'll tell you, it would not be so effective if I couldn't track all the actions that are taking place and all the touch points that are happening. And that happens because of our new fulfillment chart that I 100% am in love with and so grateful that Chamber Nation created, because that is the one database. We no longer have multiple databases. Everything's in one place. All of our ambassadors and also any office staff and our chamber membership director can all get right to that particular location. They can look at what's happening with that one member. Everything's in one place. It's organized and it's really accessible. And so it's the way that we logistically can control such an amazing ambassador program.
Wow, Jill, that sounds really cool. Hey, one question I have for you is your ambassadors, are those primarily board members, or who comprises those people? I mean, who makes up those people?
So one board member is the chair over that program. She happens to also be our membership director at this time. That doesn't always happen. And then the rest are just volunteers. 2 of them work here in the office, and the others are either maybe past board members who really have a passion for the community and for the chamber. 3 others are potential future board members. So you can say we're kind of grooming them for that position as they get to know the community and our chamber membership. And 1 other is just a retiree that wanted to be involved. And so, it kind of changes here and there and everywhere, but it is pretty much the same solid core that's been a part of this for a long time, and we're grateful for that, because if you are doing a lot of training, it kind of takes away from being able to be really successful at what you're doing when you're trying to contact those members. They also really appreciate the continuity. They know who their chamber buddy is. They know who one of the ambassadors are. Those ambassadors are the face of the chamber. They're at the ribbon cuttings. They're at the mixers. They're at the State of the City. They proudly wear their badges, and I know in some communities they've got vests or blazers or sashes, but our ambassadors wear their badges and proudly display them, and it's a real honor to be an ambassador.
All right. Well, thank you, Jill. Hey, if someone was interested in maybe learning a little more, is there a good way that they might contact you?
Sure. My email is jill@bouldercitychamber.com. It's also on our website. They can always go to the website and check it out. I am not sure that, in fact, I know that the retention program is not on the website. It's an internal document, but I'm happy to share, happy to put them in connection with our membership director, or if they want to look at how we set it up to a tier due structure so that we can really provide a return on investment to our members. In fact, we no longer call them dues. We now have investments. And that tier structure has really provided that benefit to the membership, and it has been a wonderful way for us to retain members, because they obviously, when they receive their invoice, they also get a spreadsheet of all of their benefits that they signed up and paid for and the date that they were fulfilled, so when they received those benefits. So that has been huge, and it has sure made it easier on our receivable side, because we just don't see the numbers that we once did. So been grateful for that process also, and it makes our job for our ambassadors that much easier when they're not having to beg for dollars. They're actually just providing them with, this is what we've done for you. Look how wonderful the different services are and the benefits that you've received, and it has been a real plus.
All right. Well, that sounds like a really great program. Hey, I want to thank you for taking some time to share that with all of us. And for the rest of you, be sure to keep tuned in and catch next week's Chamber Talk radio program. Until then, have a great day, and Kevin's Tip of the Week will be coming up next.
Okay, this is Kevin Dwyer with Kevin Dwyer & Associates, and this is the Tip of the Week. Selling your sizzle. Selling is part of what makes our capitalistic society work. Switch on the TV, and we are inundated with advertising for everything from cars to toothpaste to prescription drugs. Drive down any main street in America, and you'll see signs promoting restaurants, clothing stores, lumber yards, grocery outlets, and a plethora of other products and services. It's no different on the Internet, Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media channel. Businesses, organizations, and causes are bombarding us with their message. Buy this, buy that, support this effort, make this contribution, donate to us, and so on. It's all about selling. Selling a product, selling a service, selling an experience, selling a cause. For chambers of commerce and membership organizations, selling is part of what we do on a daily, weekly, monthly, and annual basis. We sell. We sell our brand. We sell our experience. We sell sponsorships to support our events. We sell advertising on our directories and maps and on our web pages. We sell our ideas to city officials and business influentials. Whether we know it or not, we, chambers and membership organizations, are selling 24/7, 366 in a leap year. And what we are selling are memberships in an exclusive club that gives those who join access to other businesses, unique promotional opportunities, advocacy for issues germane to your business sustainability, and so much more. Selling should be a way of life in your chamber, and the responsibility is not just on your membership manager. It falls on the CEO, the staff, volunteers, and the board of directors to understand your mission and to have the collateral materials ready at hand to make the sale or clinch the renewal. Make sales and selling a positive part of your chamber.
Thank you for listening to Chamber Talk Radio. Be sure to visit our sponsors, who are Kevin Dwyer and Associates at www.kdwyerassociates.com and the Membership Sales System at www.membershipsalessystem.com. Thanks for clicking in.